I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey.
Hey, and hey, now you can hear me. All right, let's try this again. Welcome in, everybody. So, my apologies. We're here to do round 2 at Barcelona, Catalunya for the GTRC GT4 Championship Series, and this is the Pro-Am lobby. Now, normally, our boy Nolander does our hosting here and our commentating here, but we were setting up some new equipment on the stream last evening, and one piece of the equipment isn't jiving with the rest of the equipment, so we're going to have to reset his stream back up the old way for the time being to get him ready for a broadcast later tonight. So in the meantime, I'm just going to step in. We're going to fill in for Nolander Gaming here today. I'm your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, and welcome in. So we're going to bring you guys our Pro-Am division from GTRC. This race was ran yesterday right beside our Pro Lobby, which of course was broadcast by GT45 Gaming, yours truly, and it was a really, really great race, so I expected the Pro-Am race should be pretty spicy and fantastic as well. So, much love out to Nolander. Nolander opted to let me take the reins on this broadcast today just because he didn't want to put out a broadcast that, in his mind, isn't up to his standards. And, hey, we can't argue with the man about that. We appreciate him, and we'll get back together with him after this broadcast, and we'll get him all dialed back in for the next one. So, in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. This is sponsored by Apex Racing Team and myself, GT45 Gaming. We stepped in to give these guys a little extra rewards and incentives for this racing season. So, let's get into it. It is 3 times tire, 4 times fuel, 2 times tire, 3 times fuel. here in the series, ladies and gentlemen. It's racing medium tires required only. This is a manufacturer series here for the GT4 championships. Yo, what's up, LJ? Joe coming in with that thumbs up as well. So what's going to happen here, ladies and gentlemen, is our pro lobby ran yesterday. Now, we've seen a large variety of cars on the track from our pro lobby this past week here, and our pro-am lobby is no different. We got 14 out of 15 drivers on track here again today. Now, we're not going to see two of the same car on the racetrack here today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see a different car for every driver. Now, the driver driving said manufacturer is paired up with the same driver in the pro division driving that manufacturer. Their teammates. Cumulatively, between the two races, they're also gathering a team manufacturer set of points. So, not only are these pro and these pro-ams racing for a solo championship in their own respective divisions, they're also racing for a team championship with their respective pro partners. So that adds a little intrigue, a little strategy to the series. I think it's advantageous, of course, for our Pro-Am drivers. Some are obviously on the edge of that pro division, right down to some very brand new drivers coming in and just learning how to sim race. So we have a very large variety of skilled drivers. So it's really advantageous to have our pros linked up with our Pro-Am drivers. And that allows them to work with their teammate, show them some things that maybe they don't know, push their limits a little bit, maybe gain them a little bit of pace, gain them a little time. So, that's the beautiful thing about this. And what the GTRC has going on here is fantastic. So we love Nolander Gaming. We're really sad to see him that he wasn't able to make it today. But as broadcasters and professionals, he had to make a very tough decision today. He decided just to let me take the reins here. So we're going to get this going because I do have other broadcasts to do today as well. But welcome in, everybody. And, it's race time. So we're going to go through the grid. We're going to let everybody know how they lined up after qualifying, and then we're going to kick off this hour-long endurance race, ladies and gentlemen. You heard me correctly. It is 1 hour long. And then we'll do some podium interviews afterwards. So lots of fun stuff happening here today. We've got Aaron Benson coming in with that thumbs up and Egon coming in with that thumbs up as well. Nolander is still live streaming right now. He's still having a little fun over there on Gran Turismo 7. If you guys want to go over and say hi to him, tell him you love him, tell him you miss him. And then you'll see why he didn't want to stream the race today. His audio is a little bit out of sorts at the moment. We're going to have to reset him up back to the old way for the time being. So it is what it is. Streaming is hard, ladies and gentlemen, but we appreciate Nolander. His patience, he's got the patience of a saint, let me tell you. All right, Adam, we appreciate you. Thanks for stepping in. Always, my guy, always. We back each other up here at Nolander Gaming. Hey, how's it going, Nuclear? Hope you're doing fantastic. Of course, at Nolander Gaming and GT45 Gaming, we're a team here, and we make sure we got each other's backs. So it's all good in the hood, ladies and gentlemen. So let's flip you over, shall we? Let's get to it. All right, so there we are on our beautiful racing screen, and we're going to use Nolander's beautiful graphics here as well, just to show the love to our man, Mr. Nolander. So again, sponsored by Apex Racing Team and GT45 Gaming. I'm the host for the evening, GT45 Gaming, and all our graphics here are provided by Hypre Graphics. So huge shout out to Hypre. Guy's a legend. He absolutely knocks it out of the park for us every single season. We love what he does here. Makes the stuff look good. So we're just going to check on some audios, make sure everything is working, and we're going to kick it. So let's go through our grid, shall we? We have Bo Snipe here sitting in pole position. So our pole sitter is Bo Snipe. That's always a great spot. Bonus point for that driver. Paymate coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love, my dude. Apex Bar sitting in second place. We have Disturbance sitting here in third. We've got Tron Kobe in fourth. We've got 750 here in fifth. We've got Tap lined up in sixth. We've got Type R in seventh with Big Stick in eighth. We've got Beating You in ninth with Mike Honcho in 10th. Formula One in 11th. Your boy Bandit in 12th. Chip Reese in 13th. And Pappy in 14th position here, ladies and gentlemen. So, different manufacturers, different drivers. It's go time. Let's go. Give me some good action for this 9-hour ride home. All right, Paymate, you got it, brother. I hope you had a blast down there at Daytona, and I really, really do appreciate your sentiment there as well. You're a legend, dude. That was absolutely amazing. All right, gentlemen, ladies, children of all ages, kick them tires, light them fires. It's time to go racing. Nolander, my guy. We love you, Nolander. All right, that's it. We're red. 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys are revving the engines. Are waiting for that green light. And it's go time, and here we go. The drivers have launched. Alexis not getting a great start. Look at that. Porsche gets a great launch off the line here as we're heading down into turns 1 and 2. Everybody's playing defense here. We're 4 and 5 wide in the pack. Here we go. Pro-Am lobby underway, ladies and gentlemen, and it's led by Bo Snipe. And here we go, Disturbance with that Porsche, looking up the inside, can't get the job done, but he does move up into second place. Tap all the way up into third in that Mercedes. We got Bar27 dropping 2 spots here very early on, down into fourth, and get a great start there. 750 and Tron Colby having a little battle here, BMW versus Mustang right here. Let's see who can get the job done coming into turn 4. And it may be that Mustang, but the BMW is on that inside curve. He's going to hang it in there, and he's going to grab that position. Throwing Colby up to 5th, 750 down to 6th. We got Big Stick here in 7th place, and he's in that, I believe, Ferrari. It is the Ferrari. Type R taking a look there in that Hyundai Genesis as well, but he wasn't able to get it done. The Ferrari cutting off that line. We've got beating you, or Tagger 2X, ladies and gentlemen, in that Supra here as well. We've got your boy Bandit in 10th place. We've got Formula One here in 11th. Oh, and we got, looks like Chip Reese here. Not sure what happened there, but sideways on the racetrack. We got Pappy here in 13th, and we've got we've got Mike Honcho, aka Magic Man, in that Corvette, rounding out the field here in 14th place. So here we go, and it is still Bo Snipe. Oh, it's Bo Snipe back in the lead, so our pole sitter grabbing the lead back in Lexus here, and he is up the road, and he is moving. We're talking a second gap here, ladies and gentlemen. We got Bar27 here in second place, and he's got the whole pack sitting on top of him. Disturbance in that Porsche. A GT4 right in behind, so Bar moving back up into P2. Disturbance dropping down into third place. Tap's still sitting there in fourth, and he is right on the back end of these two drivers. Tro and Kobe now cinching up here with BMW as well. 750 in 6th place, with Big Stick here in 7th. Type R is in 8th, beating you is in 9th. Woo, and look at these guys jockeying for position up here as we come to start lap 2, ladies and gentlemen, and it is race on. So we've seen a combination of 1 and 2 stop strategies in that Pro division yesterday. Let's see what our Pro-Ams have up their sleeves for strategies. Trowan getting a little bit squirrely under braking there as he comes into turns 1 and 2, and look at this group just coming through here. That is absolutely beautiful. We got your boy Bandit just coming in behind Bar. I'm not sure what's happened to Bar here, all the way down to P9 from second place, so 7 spots dropped here from this driver. Your boy Bandit gaining in on him here. We got Formula One in 11th place with that Jaguar. We got Chip here in the McLaren in 12th. We've got Mike Honcho in that Corvette there in 13th, and Pappy here in the Aston Martin in 14th position. So here we go. Bo Snipe in the lead, second race leader of the day. He is our pole sitter as well. It was a life-changing experience, man, for sure, and no doubt, brother, you definitely deserve it. Oh, dude, you have no idea what that means to me. You're really seriously legendary, brother. We are going to be making a post about that eventually, so everybody will find out what we're talking about here. Appreciate that share as well, Nolander, my guy. I'm so sorry, my brother. I'm so sorry, my dude. We'll get that thing sorted out for you here tonight. We got Tap here in second. We got Disturbance in third. We've got Trone. He's looking up the inside of that Porsche, coming into this hard left-hander here, and he should be able to get the job done, but this is going to be a tough line to hold, and he gives lots of space there. That Porsche is going to slip right into 4th place here. So here we go. Tron Colby up on the podium position here early on in this race. Disturbance right there in 4th. 750 is on his tail here in 5th place. We got Big Stick in that Ferrari looking real strong here in 6th place. He had a little bit of a rough start to the season there last week with that Ferrari, getting a little bit of a handle on it here. We'll see how he does today. We've got Type R here in 7th, and he's starting to hold off Tagger. That Supra really starting to stretch its legs out here around Barcelona, and it's going to be a strong car here. Stefan coming in with that thumbs up. What's good, my dude? Go Trone, says Stefan. We got Apex Racing's Bar27 here in 9th place, and he's got a little bit of work to do here, but lots of racing left. We're only at the 4-minute mark of 60 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, so we have lots to go. We got your boy Bandit here up into 10th place, and he's looking sharp here so far early on today in that Toyota 86. Got Formula One here in 11th, and he is right up on the back of your boy Bandit here. Maybe going to see a little battle happening between these two shortly for that 10th place, but at the moment, Bandit holding it down. We got Pappy here in 12th, so he's grabbed a couple of positions here. Some of these drivers struggling a little bit here early on today. We got Mike in P13 and Chip here in 14th in that McLaren, and a little bit of a rough start here for Chip, but plenty of racing left to go. Head up bar, long race, facts, baby, facts, brother. All right, we're just going to do a quick check as we stay on board with our leader here. We're going to make sure everything is looking juicy. Hey, appreciate that raid as well, Nolander. Appreciate you, guy. My guy, appreciate you. Don't stress, my guy. We got you. We got you. We got you. Hey, how you doing, Axel? So it is Bo Snipe in the lead, and right now the fastest man on the racetrack is Tap at 149.2, so it's showing some pretty good pace here very early on. Now moved up into second place here as well, so Tron Colby still in third. Oh, and Disturbance with the big move there. He's sneaking through that open door, and he is going to steal P3 from Tron Colby. So the Porsche making some moves here on the racetrack today, and that was a fantastic move. That was a great time to go check out what was going down here. And Disturbance just slipped that Porsche right on through there, stealing that position from Tron. So let's see if Tron responds here now. That BMW is strong. We've seen that in the pro side, so we do expect that this is going to be very strong here, obviously, in the Pro-Am side as well. And you can see that BMW has just absolutely closed in on that Porsche. But what a fantastic move by Disturbance on Tron Colby there. And, ooh, cuts it off, not giving Tron any love there. He is like, you want it? Come and get it. So battle on here for P3 between the Porsche and the BMW right now. This is some juicy racing, juicy stuff right here. We love it. We love it. We got Big Stick here in 5th place, and he's just eyeballing this up and behind. We've got Type R making the move on Tagger up in the front there. The Genesis up on the inside here. Is he going to get the job done on that Supra? And he does get the job done. So Type R putting that Genesis up ahead of that Supra. Oh, he's going to go cut that off there. You see Tagger try to make a run. He's going to move it over, get back into that racing line, and make sure he slows that momentum down a little bit. And now he's gaining on that Ferrari. So three-way battle here between 6th, 7th, and 8th and 9th. Even potentially Barr is even starting to get his nose in on this battle a little bit. So Barr has made his way around Bandit, but Bandit still holding strong here in P10. We got Juan in P11 here. We've got Mike Honcho here up into 12th, a.k.a. Magic Man 5500. We got Mr. Happy Pappy here in 13th, and we've got Chip Reese in 14th, currently on track here. So full grid, ladies and gentlemen, and that's what we love to see. Hey, bonus, so you get the legendary GT45 Gaming. Can't play it out. Hey, we appreciate you. You really do have the absolute patience of a saint, my guy. You really do. We'll get you there. Don't worry, buddy. We'll get it fixed. My apologies, GTRC was up till midnight getting sound all set up, thought we had it in the bag. And you're good, Nolander, no apologies needed, man. Streaming's hard, man. It's not an easy business, so, you know, shout out to all our content creators out there. It takes an incredible amount of time put in to get everything just right. I've been streaming for almost 2 years, and I finally just got my streaming, like, locked in and dialed in, so it takes time, guys. So you know what? The community loves you, my dude. They support you, and they can't wait to get you back next week. That's for sure. I'll tell you that. So it is Tap here in 2nd place. We've got Tron Colby still battling with Disturbance. Boy, this Porsche is racy here today. We see a different strategy from his pro teammate, going for a very, you know, slow and steady strategy, trying to stretch the fuel and tires out in that car to gain his positions, but not Disturbance. Disturbance is feeling racy today in that Porsche Cayman, and Tron Colby has his hands full with Disturbance in that Porsche. We've got Big Stick coming around here, and we don't have PSN IDs, ladies and gentlemen, because it's a replay, so it just shows us the nicknames, and that's just the way it is. We have Type R here in 6th. We have 750 here in 7th, beating you, aka Tagger 2X, ladies and gentlemen, in 8th place in that Toyota Supra. We have Apex Racing's Bar 27. We have your boy Bandit Zeke, aka, ladies and gentlemen, Formula One. Mike Concho, aka Magic Man 5500. Pappy, aka Happy Pappy. And Chip Reese, aka Chip Reese. Legend in his own right, ladies and gentlemen, I assure you. So it is Bo, and Bo's looking pretty comfy up here in the lead in that Lexus right now as he's coming around. He's got a nice solid 2, maybe 2.5 second gap here on BR Tap in 2nd place. So it's not Tap, B8 Tap, you know. I always get it wrong. It's okay. They're used to it. Here in 2nd place in that Mercedes. Tron Colby looking real good here, but him and Disturbance are just having a cracking battle here so far all race long. Ooh, that Porsche got really wide there. Can he hold it? Can he hold it? Ooh, he was along for a ride. He's going to lose some position here. He's definitely down on speed. You can see he realizes that he's just going to get out of the way of that pack coming in, and that is unfortunate there for Disturbance. But man, he did a great job of keeping it together there. And he is going to try and defend some of these positions coming into turn 1. He does lose a couple spots there at 750 and Big Stick, but he's still right there in the middle of that pack in 6th place. So he's got a little bit of time and room to make up here, but that was a great job of keeping that car underneath him and keeping it out of the wall, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh-wee. Type R here in 7th, beating you right there, and he's looking for a move on that Genesis. He's stuck to the outside there, and Type R is doing a great job at defending. Now, Type R is one of the best defenders in the GTRC community I've seen. Now, obviously, Bufu Shidara may have something to say about that, as we've seen some insane defending from that third driver for Team Ferrari in that pro race yesterday for about 5-6 solid laps. Him and Sikkim in that Team BMW had a cracking battle for second place. If you haven't seen it yet, it is on the pages. Definitely go check it out. That pro lobby is a must watch from yesterday. Apex Racing's bar 27 here, and I mean, these guys are real neat and tidy and tight here in this mid pack. I mean, they are nose to tail from about 4th to 9th place here. So, ooh, and we got your boy Bandit making a mistake there. Unfortunate there, as he looks like he just went a little bit wide, and just trying to get that car sorted out here. So we're going to have Magic Man coming around here. He's probably going to yank that spot on Bandit here. Oh, no, Bandit does get back out on track, but he's going to be moving a little slow here. So let's see if Magic Man does manage to get his way around here. And Bandit got that car recovered pretty well there. So he got a little bit of work ahead of him there, but still on track, is still grabbing position there. So Pappy here in 13th, and Mr. Chip Reese here in 14th place. So Bow Snipe on the road. That is a beautiful sight coming down the straight here. Led by, well, 750 currently. Throne Kobe's broke free a little bit, so now without disturbance battling him so rigorously for third place here, this may give Throne a chance to really start reeling in first and second place. We'll see if he can do it. We have 750 here in fourth. Disturbance already has gotten around Big Stick, moved his way back up into 5th place, but a half-second track limit penalty there. That's going to hurt. We got Big Stick right here in Ferrari. He's just going to grab that position right on back from that Porsche. Now, as long as he can keep it close, Apex Bar losing just a little tiny bit of that pack here currently in that Sylvia, but that Sylvia's been proving to be a very good car so far in this series. We have Tiger 2X here in Toyota Supra as well, and his teammate getting a beautiful second place finisher in the pro lobby yesterday. So looking to help capitalize on those team points here, having a good solid race so far. We have Type R here in that Genesis in 9th, and Tiger has easily dismantled that driver and opened up a gap. Formula One now is up into 10th place here as he's coming around. We have Mike in 11th. We got Bandit coming into pit lane here, and I'm not sure why. Just a strategy, perhaps? Pappy also coming into pit lane. So it is Bow Snipe in the lead here. So we have a couple drivers making early pit stops. Go Formula One, says Alex. Hey, Axel. Hey, appreciate that bonus. So, you know, we do appreciate you, Nolan, and we love you, my guy. It's been a long road for you, but it'll all be worth it in the end. That I can promise. It is Tap, and Tap's reeling him in and just dropping fastest lap there. 49 flat, 49.093 there is what we just seen from Tap in that Mercedes, and we've seen Ibra, his teammate, have a really strong run in the Mercedes yesterday as well too. So Mercedes is strong here. We have Troen in 3rd place, and you can see he's trying to continue to get away from that pack, but 750 has put that Mustang to its paces, and he is starting to close in on that 3rd place driver in Troen Kobe. We have Disturbance here in 5th place, and boy, this driver's been looking real good in this Porsche Cayman here today. I gotta tell you, he has absolutely been ripping around this racetrack. We got the Ferrari in Big Stick here in 6th place as well, and he's looked much more solid behind the wheel of that car here today as well. Apex's bar 27 here is now up into P7 with that Nissan Silvia. We've got Tiger 2X here, and he's running a purple sector as he comes around here in 8th place. The Super very good here as well. Type R in that Hyundai Genesis here in 9th, with Formula One now in 10th. And we're starting to see a little bit of gap from these guys, but I feel like the pit strategies are going to draw some of these guys back in here. So Mike here in 11th place, with Chip now up into 12th. Of course, some drivers making some pit stops. We got Bandit coming out here as he's just getting around that really tough left-hander. And Pappy has got it in the pits here. The crew taking a little peeky at that Aston Martin. Something's not quite operating right there. So yeah, we'll see if we see Pappy back out, or if that crew is going to have to make the tough call to retire that car here today. But it is Bow Snipe in the race lead here, and it is Tap closing in on Bow. So we might have a little battle here for the lead at the 15-minute mark of this race here, ladies and gentlemen. So just about a quarter of the way through. We've got Tron Kobe here in P3. We've got 750 here, and he is trying to close in Tron Kobe in that Mustang. And his teammate was having a fantastic run yesterday, and the two-stop versus one-stop strategy kind of bit him a little bit, and he didn't get the best result he was looking for. That's 2 races in a row for Team Mustang on the pro side that has not had things go their way to start this season. But it's a 12-week season. It's a very, very long season. Lots of time to make these points up here throughout the season. How you doing, Corey, my guy? Let's go, Tron, says Corey. Apex Racing's bar 27 here in 6th, and slowly but surely he is eeping that Nissan up into the top half of the pack. Big stick in that Ferrari here in 7th place, and that's a really great looking livery. And I gotta tell you, the weather's starting to get a little cloudy here in Barcelona, so that's interesting. It is a random weather model, ladies and gentlemen, so you come into these races expecting the unexpected. So is rain a possibility? Absolutely. Type R here in 9th place with that Hyundai Genesis, and he's been looking real good with the Genesis, but it just doesn't have a lot of straight line speed. But man, can this thing make a corner like a dream. So each car has an advantage and a disadvantage here, and that's what the beautiful thing about this GT4 Championship Series is. We don't have any 2 of the same cars on track. It is a legitimate manufacturer style championship. Every driver's driving a different manufacturer. The Pro and the Pro-Ams that are driving the same manufacturer are teammates, and they're collecting cumulative team points for a team and manufacturer title, but they're also racing for their own individual championship titles as well. So lots of moving parts here in the series this season, and it really provides a lot of strategy, and as I said, I think it really benefits the guys, especially in the Pro-Am lobby, because they get an opportunity to work with some of the higher tier drivers and get some pointers, get some tips, get some help, and then all that's going to do all around is just improve every single driver throughout the series, and that just makes for the seasons moving forward that much more racy, and that's what we love to see. So we have a very large variety of drivers on the racetrack here. We have some Pro-Am drivers that are right on the cusp of finally getting into that, those pro splits, and then we have drivers right down to just joining in and starting their sim racing careers. So we have a great split here in this Pro-Am lobby, and hopefully next season we see some really great tight splits moving forward, but some great racing from these guys. And right now this battle for the lead isn't really a battle. I think this is more of these two just trying to separate themselves from the rest of the field, open up a gap, and hopefully when the when pit stops come, that they can minimize the time lost to the drivers in front to gain position. Tron Kobe here in 3rd place. We've got 750 in 4th. We've got Disturbance here in 5th, and he's got a bar 27 starting to creep in on him here. So these two cars very closely matched as far as the style of car and the way these cars are driven. They're both more designed for cornering than they are for top end speed, so it'll be a good battle between these two cars, I think. Let's go Apex, says Payme. We got Big Stick here in 7th, and he has a Tiger 2X up all on the back end of that Ferrari right now. Oh, and he's going to take a look. Is he going to try and get the job done on the outside? It's a tough spot to be, but he does have the racing line here, so is he going to do it? He's up in front going into the corner, and he's going to get the job done. Let's see if that Ferrari responds. Coming out, great exit on that Ferrari. And he is right back up on the back end of that Toyota Supra. So Tiger moving up into P7 here, and Big Stick dropping down to P8. That was a great move there by Tiger. Very decisive, very quick, using the power of that Supra over that Ferrari to get the job done getting into the corner. Got Type R here in 9th place with Juan in 10th. We've got Honcho in 11th. We've got Chip in 12th, and Bandit rounding out the field here in P13. So he has made an early pit stop, so you can see the fields coming by him here. You can just see him moving over here out of the way of the guys so they can get by. That's obviously the right thing for him to be doing, so that was a great job there by Bandit. We got Bow Snipe and Tap here. Now these drivers still have to make a pit stop, so there's a chance for him to get that lap back. He's out of pit stop sequence right now, so that's the reason why we're seeing some blue flag cars already. We have Tron Kobe here in 3rd place. We've got 750 in 4th. We've got Disturbance here in 5th. Bar 27 rocking and rolling here in 6th place. And all these boys catching up on Bandit. That's tough when you're in that position, because he is blue flag traffic, but he's technically not blue flag traffic when these guys all pit. So he's in a tough position. It's a tough position to be in. Tiger here, right there, he is right tucked in behind bar 27. So bar 27 starting to look like he's going to battle here with Disturbance a little bit. And let's jump on some hood view here with our Porsche driver Disturbance, as this battle's really starting to ramp up here between these three drivers. Now, Bar didn't get a great exit there because he was defending off Tagger, and that actually bought Disturbance a little bit of room from these two drivers. But at the end of the day, Tagger's in the greatest position here out of those really those four cars here in this little pack. That Supra definitely has the top end run. You can see Bandit's just getting out of the way there. That's some great work there by that driver in 13th. And we got Ferrari right up on the back of him here. So here we go. Disturbance is coming around the corner. You can see Bar closed up a tiny little bit there. And you can see everybody getting around our 13th place driver there as well. So great job there by everybody. Let's keep going down here. I thought we were going to start seeing a little battle happening here, but these guys kind of separated themselves a little bit here throughout this lap. So a little bit of defending from Bar 27 there. That gave him a little bit of time loss to the driver he's chasing, but it did eventually give him a little bit of a break from Tagger here. So now Bar can try to urge up and see if he can get a move back done on Disturbance here. We got 750 coming into pit lane. We've got Trone Kobe coming into pit lane. Let's get back to Bar 27 as he's trying to reel in Disturbance here. And I think it'll be a good battle between these two cars if they get really tight up on each other here. It's getting dicey, says Paymate. It is getting dicey, absolutely. Absolutely. So Bar 27 being forced to the outside. He cuts real in tight. I think he might have been looking maybe for a little switcheroo there, but there was not a line there. That Porsche just parked it on that apex and made sure there was no opportunity for a cutback there. And Bar is really trying to set that cutback up, but boy, oh boy, that Porsche is just getting down on the power so quickly. And he's just outrunning Bar through these corners, so a little bit of smart defending from Disturbance and getting the power down a little bit earlier than the driver in behind, and he is doing a great job of battling off Bar 27 here currently for that third place position. So it is still both Snipe in the lead and Tap right there in behind, and these two haven't been battling. They're just kind of chilling, man. They're working together. They're playing nice. They realize we're only 20 minutes into this race. There's a lot that can happen here yet. What's the point in battling and allowing that pack to catch up? Let's save this battle between ourselves at the end of the race. So these two currently doing a really good job of working together. And I mean, the next driver is, well, right there. It went a little bit wide in behind here. So, yeah, there's a good gap there right now. 49.093 still holding up as that fastest lap currently on the track right now. And Tap really isn't pushing the issue here. He could have easily, you know, pulled up in that slipstream and made a slingshot move there, but he really is just opting to chill in behind the leader here. Now, obviously, that's probably going to help him save some fuel and some tires, so a little bit of strategy maybe from the second place driver here as well. We've got Disturbance in third place, and he's catching up to what looks like, I believe, is Chip. I think that is Chip, so that was Chip. I think we've seen going wide coming out of the final corner there in behind our race leaders as well. So a couple of drivers having a little bit of a tough race here today, but it's going to happen. But Disturbance now catching up to Chip Reese there. Bar 27 right in tow. So Bar has really closed up on this GT4 Porsche here, and he's just doing a really good job defensively here, but he did leave enough room there for Bar. If he would have set that up just a little more cautiously, he might have been able to get a run up on that Porsche. There we go. Both those guys are going to get a run off Chip. Chip's just going to let off the throttle a little bit, let these guys go by. He sees that they're in a battle, so that was a great job there by Chip as well. It's a nice, safe opportunity to let these guys get through. I got to tell you, man, nothing but respect from all these drivers here at the GTRC, man. They know their roles in the situation on track, and they just do it so well. So kudos to all the drivers here today. Again, just putting on an absolutely fantastic race for everybody. We might have to switch controllers here, chat. Who has a horn? Honk it. Don't go there, Paymay. Big stick here in sixth place with that Ferrari. He's looking real solid. He's working on Chip here as well. He's just gonna have to be patient here. You got to let that driver get through the technical sectors. And then he'll pull over when the time is right. So a little bit of impatience from our Ferrari driver here, but he does manage to get around. Type R here in 7th place. We've got Trone Kobe here in 8th. Now some of these drivers have made pit stops, keeping in mind. We got Magic Man in there. There's a big lag spike right there from that driver. 750 here in the Mustang in 10th place. We got Formula One here in 11th. Chip coming into pit lane here, and Bandit just coming around here. He's got His full ways flashing. Just letting the guys know that he's having a bit of a struggle on track here today, and hey, there's nothing wrong with that. So appreciate, you know, again, it's just good common sense from these drivers on the racetrack. We really love to see it. But it's both Snipe and Tap here having a good run today again, and Lexus looking very solid. But that Mercedes just won't let that Lexus go anywhere. And again, not battling these two. They're just chilling. They're just working together. They're being very, very calculated and smart here. We're almost at the halfway point of this race, so I think we're seeing a couple of one-stop attempts here from these two drivers. Much of the same from Disturbance and Bar 27 and Tagger, Big Stick, Type R. All those, sorry, not Type R, but Big Stick. Our top 6 drivers may look like they're doing a one-stop here. And Bar 27's up into P4 here. He was closing in on Disturbance. Now it's Tagger 2X closing in on Bar. So that's a little bit interesting. That is just a great looking car too, ladies and gentlemen. That is just a beauty. It really, really is. Ooh, I thought Tagger was maybe going to take a look on Bar 27 there, but he just opted to stay safe and smart. Not necessarily the best sector to be trying to pull a move off there. Let's get through here, get onto this big straightaway, and let's open up this Toyota Supra and use it to its advantage is what I would be thinking right now if I was Tagger. And if he just stays nice and tight in on Bar here and gets a good run coming out of this final corner, he's going to be in that slipstream. Bar eating a little grass, that's going to slow him down. So there we go. Should be slingshot engaged from Tagger here as we're coming up the start-finish line. He should have plenty of time to get up the inside of Bar. Bar's not even going to opt to try and defend here. So not worried about Tagger maybe making the move. Ooh, that was very close. Tagger having to back off there, almost giving him a little bump at the wrong time. But great job by these 3 drivers. So 3rd, 4th, and 5th place. Very spicy within a second apart of each other here. We got Big Stick just chasing in behind in that Ferrari as well. Again, Type R and that Genesis looking good here today in 7th place. Patron up into 8th. Now he's pit. 750 has pit. Mike has not pit yet. He owes a pit stop. Formula One has pit. Bandit has pit. And Chip has made a pit, but he hasn't taken full stop. So we're going to see him coming in here again. He's going to need some fuel. So second stop here for Chip Reese. We got Michael coming in with that thumbs up. How you doing, my guy? It's been a while. Love to see you. Hope everybody is well on your side of the viewing pleasure, my guy. All right, we're just going to go check on everything. Make sure everything's a beauty. Everything's looking beauty. Alright, that's what we love to see. I'm anal retentive about that, I apologize. Here we go. So it is our race leader and Tap. Now again, these two have not been battling. They hooked up at the beginning of the race and they've just driven very calmly together. They haven't battled. Clearly they're on an understanding here that, you know what, we'll save this for the end of the race. Let's try to get away from these guys. So we got Snipe coming in to pit lane, so that's going to give Tap the lead here. So Tap is now our 3rd race leader of the day here, and it's our 2nd lead change today, ladies and gentlemen. So it does belong to Tap. So Tap currently leading this race with, of course, the pit stop from Bo Snipe. It looks like Disturbance also coming in there as well as Bar 27 is going to move up into 3rd place, and Tagger's going to chase him through. So he's going to drop a couple of spots there as well with Bo Snipe as they come into pit lane. Big Stick, what's he going to do? He's going to opt to go around again as well. And both Snipe coming in. We got Disturbance coming in. We have Trone, who we already know is pit. So he's probably going to grab those spots back from those drivers. So here we go. Strategy's already kind of coming into play here. So let's see when Tap opts to come into pit lane and grab some fuel. So here we go. Our round of pit stops are officially kind of sequencing through here now. We will see, of course, our 2 stoppers make another stop at some point throughout this race yet. So we have a combination of 2 and 1 stop races. 1 stop proving to be the definite dominant strategy in the Pro Division last night. So let's see what the Pro-Ams can do here tonight. It is Bar 27 now up into 2nd place with Tagger in 3rd. We've got Big Stick here in 4th with Type R in 5th. We've got Tyrone in 6th now. Bo Snipe comes out in 7th, just ahead of 750, and I mean just ahead of 750. He's barreling down into turn 1 here. Disturbance comes out just behind these guys in 9th place. We've got Magic Man 5500 coming in now to pit lane. We've got Formula One. He's coming around. He pit a little bit earlier. It's much same thing from Bandit here as well. And then we got Chip in the McLaren there, and he's getting waves that blue flag and picks up a little bit of a penalty there, so he's just going to get out of the way. he didn't really need to. All he had to do was just get around the corner there, and then he could just have to pull off the racing line. But he got a little bit early, but that's all right. Get him, Bar. You got this, says Pepe. Hey. So Top, he's gonna go around again. You guys can see what's going on there on the screen in front of you here now. So he's been doing a great job at conserving fuel there. Bar 27 is coming into pit lane here for his stop now. I think Tagger's going to follow him in. That is correct. Big Stick's going to follow these guys in here as well. And so is Type R in that Genesis. So it is going to be Tro and Kobe now. First of our, what looks to be a two-stop strategy coming around. Should give him second place over all these drivers here. And he's just coming around the final corner, so there's definitely going to be a second place grab there. So he's going to grab 4 positions on those pit stops. So the alternative, we got some different strategies working for the drivers here today. It's going to be interesting to see how it all works out. So the next driver is Bo Snipe, who was our race leader coming into the sequence of pit stops here. So he should grab some of these spots back up as well, I would think. And he has 750 in tow as well. Ooh, 750 went a little bit wide there. But gets it right back on track quickly and doesn't allow that car to start getting all squirrely on him. So that was a great job there by 750. And let's see where these guys come up in comparison to our pit stoppers here. Bo's going to grab that position, 750 with a half-second penalty, unfortunately for him. Due to that wide final corner, is going to grab a spot. Disturbance is going to move up ahead of those guys. And Bar 27 is just coming out here now, so Bandit almost getting his lap back from the majority of the field there. And Bar 27 is going to have a half-second track limit penalty to deal with as well on this outlap, so that's unfortunate for him. We got Tagger 2X coming out here as well. Big Stick following him out, and then is followed out by Type R. So Type R actually looked like he gained a whack of time in pit lane there on that Ferrari driver up in front. Formula One now coming down full steam, catched right up to the back end of these guys here as well. So Mike Honcho in 11th, we got Bandit in 12th, and we got Chip here in 13th, but it is Tap coming into pit lane. So our race leader now coming into pit lane to do his official pit stop here, and it is going to be Tro and Kobe to take over the race lead here, ladies and gentlemen. Boy, we have seen some lead changes today. This will be our 4th new race leader of the day, and it'll be our 3rd lead change here when Tro and Kobe comes around that start-finish line. We're just going to stick in with our BMW driver here. His teammate in the Pro Division, of course, winning yesterday in convincingly fashion. Had the winning strategy and won by about a 8-second margin over the pack. So Team BMW proving to be very strong so far this season. And it is now officially Tro and Kobe in the lead of this race on lap 18. We're at the 32.5 minute mark, as you guys and gals can see on the screen in front of you there. And now we're going to take all that away. Bye-bye. The league is always accepting racers, my man. The league is always accepting racers. So it is Trone in the lead. Bo Snipe here in 2nd place. We've got Tap here in 3rd. We've got 750 in 4th. Disturbance in that Porsche in 5th. We've got Bar 27 here in 6th. And we got a little bit of separation from our drivers here currently. We got Tagger in 7th. And you can see that Ferrari and Big Stick just in behind in 8th. Type R in 9th. Formula One in 10th. Mike Honcho in 11th. Your boy Bandit in 12th. And Chip Reese here in 13th. Not having the best of day, and one driver retiring the race car very, very early on in the race. So got out on track and then just wasn't able to keep that thing running. So the Aston Martin parked it in behind the wall here today, and one driver down. Yeah, hit me up privately after the broadcast, PD, and I'll send you a Discord invite, my guy. We got Bo Snipe here in 2nd place. Now, this was our race leader here, so he's also our pole sitter here today. So right now, chasing Tron Colby. We also got Tap just in behind, about a second behind Bo Snipe. These two have been close together all day long. 750 has now made his way around Disturbance, and he is trying to track down Tap and Bo Snipe in front. Disturbance here in 5th place in that Porsche GT4, and he's just been having a spectacular race here around Barcelona in that car today. And he's just being patient around the technical sectors here. He's stuck up in behind a little bit of slower traffic, and Chip's just holding that line. And Disturbance gets around him, no problem there. Bar 27 here, he'll be catching up to Chip potentially here soon as well. We've got Tagger 2X, and he's got Big Stick starting to barrel down on him here. Type R in 9th, Juan in 10th, Mike in 11th, Bandit in 12th, and Chip here rounding out the field. So Drone Kobe leads this race for Team THG currently, and looking pretty solid. But the fastest man on the racetrack is Bo Snipe with a 1:49.055. So he's also stolen that fastest lap away from Tap currently. Let's see if it holds up for the remaining 25 minutes of this race. But it is Drone Kobe in the lead. Now, we've seen him make a very, very early pit stop, so he is one of these drivers on that two-stop strategy, so we're really going to have to see how that's going to work out for him. Ideally, he's going to want about a 30-second to 40-second gap on the field, and he just doesn't have that. He's maybe got about 15 or 20 seconds here currently right now, so he's going to have a fight on his hands. Bo and Tap have had amazing pace all day long. Clearly, they've been stealing fastest laps from each other here all race long, and it is Bo Snipe in front and Tap here just in behind, reeling them back in. 750 in this Mustang, and he's starting to close in on these guys as well. There for that potential podium position. We have Disturbance in 5th, and he just needs to catch up to those guys. He's been looking good all race long, so he's definitely feeling the rhythm here around Barcelona with that car. And Bar 27 in that Nissan, he's been having a solid race here today too, as well as he continues to roll up the racetrack. We got Tagger 2X here in 7th with Big Stick just in behind, and Big Stick's really starting to draw that Ferrari in closer and closer and closer. We got Type R here in 9th place, and we got Formula One in 10th from Team Hypre here. Mr. Mike Honcho, ooh, having a little battle there between him and your boy Bandit. A little bit of contact there between the two drivers. Ooh, and a half-second penalty for the track limit on top of it. So both drivers still making it up and down the road here, but definitely a little bit of contact there between the two. Bandit here in 12th with Chip in 13th, and Chip has Tagger 2X coming down on him now, and it's tough to be in that spot. So it is THG's Drone Kobe, ladies and gentlemen, leading the way. And he's starting to catch up on some traffic up in front here as well. But this driver is going to have to make another pit stop at some point in the race here today. Bandit looking like he just got a little too heavy on the accelerator and spun that car out there, and then had a little lag spike. So maybe a little bit of connectivity issues there for your boy Bandit, not helping him out today here either. Bo Snipe here in 2nd place with Tap here in 3rd. We have 750 here in 4th place, and we're starting to see actually a little bit of lag from this driver here now all of a sudden too. So maybe the lobby degrading just slightly here. We have Disturbance here in P5 with Bar 27, and here we go again. Bar 27 and Disturbance closing back up on each other here, and let's jump on board with this. I just feel like we need to stick with this here. Where's Tagger out of all this? I don't see Tagger immediately in behind these guys, so they got some breathing room here to battle as well. It's lap 20. It's 37.5 minutes into a 1 hour long race. There's still plenty of racing left here, so I mean it is kind of a risk versus reward, I suppose, but if you want to try and gain position, then you just have to get the job done. You got to get the move done. So Bar's caught up to Disturbance now. He's got to find a way around him. Oh, and Disturbance made it pretty easy right there, kind of. He went really, really wide going into the corner there, and that's going to be side-by-side racing around this next sector here. As you can see, that Porsche just absolutely giving Bar the business here, and this is a great battle between these two drivers. Now the Porsche does have the inside line here, so Bar's stuck and hung out to dry, and it's on the outside line, so Bar's just gonna have to tuck right back in. But if he gets a good exit here, this could be potentially the move for him coming into turns 1 and 2. So great battle between these two drivers side by side coming through that sector there. And I mean, wow, that was some great driving, great respect showing between the two guys here. They've been having some healthy battles here today, and Bar is going to go up in the inside. Ooh, can he get the job done? Great respect shown by the drivers. Lots of room given by these guys, and this is some great battling we've got going on here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely fantastic stuff between Bar 27 and Disturbance right now. And these cars, like I said, very equally matched. They're very similar style cars in their driving abilities. So it's coming down to with each driver and how they handle their car right now. And boy, oh boy, it's been a great battle between these two. This is a 5th and 6th place battle here, ladies and gentlemen, as well. And we're sticking with this, man. Bar's got a nose in there. He's got the line. Ooh, late on the brakes is the Porsche. Bar's going to just get the job done. There was no contact there. The Porsche just out-braking himself there. Back on track very quickly though, and he's quick. Let's see if he can catch back up to Bar 27 there. That was very close, ladies and gentlemen. Bar 27 just sticking a nose in there, enough for that driver to know that he's there. He had to hold that outside line, outbroke himself a little tiny bit, went too deep into the corner, and Bar 27 got the job done. Sometimes all you got to do is just keep the pressure mounting, and it's enough for the driver just to misjudge, make a little mistake, and that makes the job easier for the chasing driver. And that's exactly what we just saw there, ladies and gentlemen. Just good applied pressure, caught that driver looking in the wrong spot at the wrong time, made a slight braking judgment, and it cost him the position. Beating you, Tagger 2X here. Big Sticks found himself away. We were at Tagger X here, so Ferrari moving up to the P7 with Toyota moving down into 8th place here. We've got Type R in 9th with Formula 1 here in 10th. Mike Honcho in 11th with Bandit here in 12th, and Chip, having some struggles. So we got 3 drivers struggling a little bit here today, but that's all right, ladies and gentlemen. Battle, 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 let's go, yeah boy! Payme is excited, we love it. There's some serious hype coming from that boy today. We got THG's Tyrone Colbin. Speaking of Mike Honcho here, he is starting to catch up to this driver, but we're going to expect to see a pit stop coming from this driver very soon. Tap, now fastest man on the racetrack, with a 1:48.819. So here we go. Tap coming around in P2 here, and he's looking real good. We got Bo in 3rd place. We've got 750 here in 4th. We've got Bar 27 in 5th place here now. So Disturbance in 6th. And, you know, I don't think he's really lost touch with Bar there. I think he's starting to reel Bar back in a little bit. Big Stick here in 7th place, beating you in 8th with Type R in 9th. We've got Formula 1 holding out the top 10 here today. We've got Mike in 11th with Bandit in 12th, and you can see Bandit's closing in here, and Chip in 13th. As you can see, a couple of these drivers got the 4-ways on. These are some of our newer and learning drivers still, ladies and gentlemen, at the back there. So we love to see them in here and competing and giving it everything they've got. And by the end of the season, man, they are going to be so much quicker and so much more happy with how their styles are developing. Is the word I'm looking for there, their driving styles. Alright, so as Tap has gotten around Bo Snipe there for 2nd place, which means Tap's going to take the lead here. Bo's going to chase right in behind in 2nd place. So now it's race back on between these two guys, but it's Tap in the lead instead of Bo in the lead this time. And you can see him flashing them headlights there, so I'm not sure these guys communicating, maybe having an extra plan coming into the race. It's hard to say. But yeah, it is Bo, Snipe, and Tap, 1st, 2nd place. Bar 27 grandfathering straight up into P3 here, so all of a sudden he's found himself on the podium. Disturbance now up into 4th place. We've got Trone still in pit lane. We've got 750, who's also had to come into pit lane, so Big Stick's going to come around, grab some positions off these drivers. Now there's still a little under 18 minutes remaining here. Tagger 2X going to come and put that Toyota up into P6 now, so where is Trone? Trone's just coming out, and he is going to fall just out in behind these drivers here. And Type R is coming right now around as well. He's in 8th place, just going to come in out in behind Trone Kobe. 750's just getting to his pit box, so he's going to lose a couple positions here yet. So now the new race lead does belong to Tap, ladies and gentlemen, and familiar faces up on the podium from last round a couple weeks ago here as well. So let's see what these guys got. Bar 27's in a tough spot there in 3rd place. He's definitely got a very large gap from 1st to 2nd place. So Bar's job is to now build the gap on 4th and 5th place and just bring it home for 3rd. Maybe the guys up the front start battling. Maybe they make a big mistake. Maybe they take each other out. Maybe he's got a shot at the win yet. So he's really just got to put his head down and just run some really good clean laps with that clean air he's got. Big Stick here in 5th place on that Ferrari, and Tagger is right there reeling him back in. We've got Trone Kobe trying to reel those two back in, and he is sending that BMW right now. Type R here in 8th place with Juan now up into 9th. 750 drops down to the 10th, and a pit lane infraction penalty handed out by our stewards here at Barcelona, so that's going to hurt the momentum. Bandit here in 12th, Chip in 13th, and it is again Tap right now for the race win. With 16 minutes remaining, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, everything's been running really good today. The stream's starting to settle into the new settings, which is fantastic. It's taken a few streams for it to kind of lock itself in, but it's just doing a good job here now. We've got Bar 27 here in P3. We've got Disturbance in P4. We've got Big Stick in P5. We got Beating You in P6. And it's battle time. It is, ooh, who do we have off the track there? And it's a good thing these guys didn't make a move there, because that would have given a penalty out. So that was some good racing awareness there by these two drivers. It's just the way the game is set up right now. But Tron Colby, a little switcheroo here. He's going to put himself on the inside of Tagger here. That was a great move there by Tron, as they're coming in side by side, going around the corners here. But it is going to be Tagger who has the inside track in the next corner, but he needs to stay beside that BMW, and he does not manage to do so. Tron edges him out there, so Tron's going to come into the next corner up into P6. So that was a great move there by Tron Colby, and the next target is Big Stick up in front. Beating You here, dropping down into 7th place. Type R getting a little bit of ground now with that battle. We have Formula One here in 9th, 750 in 10th, Mike in 11th, Bandit in 12th, and Chip getting some service done to that McLaren here. So it is Tap coming around with 14 and a little bit seconds left to go. 14 minutes and a bit, babe. That's it. We're gonna be looking at our podium here pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. We got Bo Snipe here in 2nd. We've got Bar in 3rd. Disturbance in 4th. We got Big Stick here in 5th place, with Tron in 6th. We got Beating You here in 7th. We've got Type R here in 8th. Formula One in 9th. 750 here in 10th. We've got Mike in 11th. Your boy in Bandit in 12th place. And Mr. Chip still getting that car serviced. All right, let's get back to our race later here. I mean, we're getting down to it here. So let's jump on board and let's do a lap around Barcelona with our race leader Tap here, as he's coming around fairly early on in the lap. So I'm just going to kind of hit my audio for a second, take a swig, and let you guys enjoy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're about 2.5 minutes remaining here left in this race. It is Tap still in the lead. It's Bo Snipe chasing in 2nd, but he's got to make up this time, and we're down to 2 laps to go here. We've got Apex Racing's Bar 27 here in 3rd place. Disturbance chasing in that Porsche in 4th place. We got Big Stick here in 5th, and he's starting to get some pressure from Mr. THG's Tron Colby here in Team BMW, trying to make up as many positions as he can here. As the gap between these guys and 4th place's Disturbance is quite large, with a very short amount of time remaining in this race. So it's going to be the second last lap for these drivers as they come around here as well. And Tron not able to get around that Ferrari coming through the S's here. So let's see if he can make a move coming out of turn 3. Tagger 2X just in behind watching these guys battle, going, yeah boys, battle it up, battle it up. I'm just going to close right in on you. We'll make this a 3-way. So here we go. Tron Colby coming around, and he is on the inside track. He's got that Ferrari out in the marble, so that should give him some traction down, but the Ferrari hangs it out in beside going into the next corner, gives him the inside track. This is a great battle between Tron Colby and Big Stick here right now. Ooh, and the Ferrari gets a great run through the corner there. Tron Colby's going to have to settle back in behind and make another run. That's a great battling right there between those drivers. Tagger now sticking his business in there as well. He's gotten enough battling out of those guys to catch right up on the back end of those guys there. Let's get to our race leader here as he comes across the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be the final lap here today, ladies and gentlemen, at Barcelona, as Bo Snipe, our second-place driver, also comes around. Bar 27 just coming around here to start his final lap of the day as well. Disturbance, much of the same thing. Pretty much every one of these drivers. And there we go, Trone Colby going on the inside, going into that hard left-hander. And it's going to be Trone Colby moving up into P5 here. So he's just got to try and catch Disturbance now. And he's got one lap to do it. Tagger's also going to jump inside on that Ferrari coming around the final corners here, and he's going to get the job done as well. So Tagger following Trone through, grabbing a P6 position there. So opportunity knocks, he jumps on it. Ooh, Ferrari goes wide, and that's going to slow him down there. So that should be a little bit of pressure out there from Tagger. A Type R maybe now has a chance at grabbing the position from that driver up in front. So it is Tap, and he is looking pretty solid here in first place. What are the odds? Trone and I are both Browns fans. Hey, what are the odds? So it is going to be Tap here, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost through this race here. We're just coming into the final tidbits. I got this mid-speed sweeping right-hander, then we're coming into that really hard left-hander, and then it's the final sector, and it is race over here today for our Pro-Am division at the GTRC. And boy, this has been a pretty good race from these guys. Some great battling throughout the field here. And at the end of the day, we can only crown 3 podium finishers, though, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like right now it's between Tap, Bo Snipe, and Apex Racing's Bar 27. Two corners to go. One corner to go. And it is going to be Tap that's going to come around for the race win here today. So congratulations to Tap for a very solid race here in round 2. And a race win there for himself and Team Mercedes. No, they're not done yet. We still got 10 minutes, chat. We still got 10 minutes. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm thinking that's a 50-minute race like it was last season. The broadcaster's losing his mind. We still got 10 minutes of racing. I take it all back. Bar 27 in third place, starting to try and push now. Let's see if he can catch up. Disturbance in fourth. Trone has plenty of time to catch more positions up here, and he is sending it. He is making that time up on that Porsche, ladies and gentlemen. It's a whole new ball game all of a sudden with 9.5 minutes remaining. Tagger trying to stay on the back end of Trone Colby to take advantage of the next position as well. We got Big Stick here in 7th. We got Type R in 8th. We got 750 in 9th. We got Mike rounding out the top 10. Juan here in 11th. Bandit in 12th. Chip in 13th. And it looks like he has parked that McLaren for the day as well. So it is Tap, still trying to shake Bo Snipe for another 8 minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. 8 minutes officially. Oh, don't mind your broadcaster. He might just be slightly losing his mind. Hey, looks like some great racing. Go Big Stick. What's your rush, man? Awesome. Love that. Appreciate you, crazy guys. We appreciate you, my guy. Alright, so huge sub coming in from, I can't even remember it, I just read it. Big time sub coming in with the GTRC from Crazy Guns Double Tap Gaming. Much love over there. We appreciate you, my guy. Bob Cross coming in with that heart over on the Facebook as well. I hope we're all doing good today, man. This has been a great race. Our Pro-Ams don't ever really disappoint either here. Just because it says Pro-Am doesn't make these drivers any less skilled or qualified to put on a good show, and they've been doing a great job here today. So it is Tap in the lead. He's catching up to Mike Honcho here. Bo Snipe in 2nd place. He is trying to catch up to Tap here. We got Bar 27. He's in 3rd. He's trying to catch up to both those guys, but he's got a whole straightaway of time to make up. Got Disturbance in 4th place, and he has a whole lot of Trone Colby up in his rearview mirror here right now. Oh, and he left the door open for Trone on the inside of these last 2 corners here around Spain. But boy, look at that Porsche hanging out there on the outside. Boy, oh boy, is Disturbance ever putting it all out on the line here today. We got Trone coming in with that thumbs up as well. Much love. We appreciate you, my guy. Hope you're doing fantastic. But man, this is a battle here for 4th and 5th place. It's Trone, it's Disturbance, it's Trone. Trone got the inside track going into turn 1 here. He's just ahead. Now it's Disturbance just ahead going into the corners 1 and 2. Here we go into the S's. Side by side are these 2 drivers, and that Porsche is really good through this sector. As it shows right there, he just zips around those apexes and puts that BMW back in behind. But Trone Colby is not done here. He's going to hang it on the outside here of our boys Disturbance, and this Porsche has been feisty all race long. He has earned his keep on this racetrack today, let me tell you. Tyrone Colby looking for the cutback, and he's going to get the job done. He's going to jump back up into 4th place. Disturbance is going to tuck back up in behind, and now Tagger's just closing in. 3-way battle for 4th place here developing as Trone's now in front of this group. Disturbance is battling hard for this position, and Tagger right there just waiting to see how everything is going to sort itself out. He's in a good spot being in the back of 2 battling cars right now. He's just got to, if you just wait and pounce on an opportunity if an opportunity arises. But it is Tyrone Colby in 4th, Disturbance in 5th, and Tagger 2X currently sitting here in 6th place. And this is a spicy race. 2 of those drivers going a little bit wide there. I'm not sure if that's going to be good news for those drivers as we're coming around here. And as I suspected, it is going to be a half-second penalty for Big Stick here. Tyrone gets through clean, and so does Tagger. So, ooh, big loser there is Disturbance coming around that corner, picking up the half-second track limit penalty from the stewards. We got Big Stick here in 7th. We got Type R in 8th. We got 750 in 9th in that Mustang. We got Mike Honcho in the Corvette here in 10th. Formula 1 in the Jaguar in 11th. Your boy Bandit in that Toyota 86 in 12th. Chip Reese in the McLaren got it in pit lane. They're looking at that car. Tap in that Mercedes in the lead. And it was BMW for the Pro Division. Is it going to be Mercedes for the Pro-Ams this week? Tap coming around. He's catching up to another one of the drivers here. It looks like Bandit. Looks like he's going to go around Bandit one more time before the end of this race here. And we still have 4.5 minutes remaining, now that my math is not so bad. We have Bo Snipe chasing, and Bo Snipe is just losing the pace of Tap. Tap has just kicked it into high gear, and he's like, you want it? Come and get it. Bar 27 is trying to close up, but I mean, he has got a significant gap between him and 2nd place. So his concern right now really is just not letting this man charge up the racetrack and catch up. Now, he has a pretty big gap to make up in a pretty short amount of time, but one mistake and it all changes. We got a battle happening between Tagger and Disturbance here. Now that Supra and that Porsche going around the corner. The Supra just edges them out. Tiny little bit of contact there as these guys are turning around the corner, but no harm, no foul done by these 2 drivers, and they continue on down the road. So Disturbance having some tough battling here at the end of the race, cost him a couple positions, and now he's going to sit on a 1-second track limit penalty as well. So potentially he's under fire from Big Stick here in Team Ferrari as well now. That 1-second penalty is going to cost him a little bit more than 1 second here. It's going to cost him closer to 1.5. So Big Stick has a great opportunity here to gain another position very late in the race. Tyrone always riding these drivers. You love to see it working these drivers, absolutely. And, ooh, Disturbance is doing a good job here on Big Stick, but I'm a little bit concerned about Disturbance here right now with what I'm looking at. We've got Type R here in 8th place. We got 750 in 9th. We've got Mike in 10th. We've got Formula 1 here in 11th. He's got his 4-ways on. Bandit's got his 4-ways on. Chip has just said, you know what, I'm just having a rough day, man. You guys take a look at this car, would you? We got Tap here in 1st place, and he's looking solid. We have 3 minutes to go. We're going to see 2 more laps of racing here, ladies and gentlemen. And then, for sure, we're going to see the finish of this race. So Disturbance actually coming into pit lane there, and as I suspected, not going to have enough fuel to make the end of this race. He's got to come into pit lane. All that hard battling he's had in the 2nd stint, eating up a little extra fuel on him there, and unfortunately going to have to make another stop to splash and dash here. We got Bo here. He's just coming up to Bandit here right now, so he's just going to just take a safe line around. Bandit's doing exactly that, just staying nice and predictable, and no issues here getting around there. We got a little half-second penalty there from Bo Snipe. It's unfortunate. We got Bar 27 coming around here in 3rd place. Tyrone in 4th, and we're just checking the gap here. The gap is pretty sizable. Tagger here just trying to reel Tyrone in though, so Tyrone still has to worry about that Supra. Big Stick coming in 6th here. We got Type R in 7th, and we got Disturbance dropping down to P8 there with having to take a little bit of extra fuel in this car. We got 750 in 9th. We've got Mike in 10th. We got Juan in 11th, Bandit in 12th, and Chip here in 13th. But it is Tap as he comes around here. And this is probably going to be the final lap here, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be very close on the timer here. When Tap comes back around for one final time here, Bo Snipe is coming around. It is most certainly final lap for everybody else in behind our race leader. Bar 27 is just going to come around here in P3, so he's just got to get it around one more time and lock it in. Tyrone Colby here, he's pushing, but I think he's just a little too late on time here for catching up to Bar 27. Tagger 2X here in 5th place. We got Big Stick in 6th. He's had a good solid run here today for Team Ferrari. We got Type R here in 7th with Disturbance in 8th. And this driver, driver of the day in my opinion. This guy has battled super hard, and just sad to see that fuel strategy didn't work in his favor here. Now he's a little bit under fire from 750. We got Mike here in 10th place, Formula One in 11th. We've got Bandit here in 12th, and we've got Mr. Chip in 13th. So they got that car sorted. He's back out on track here, and he's gonna run whatever time is left on the clock. So great job to the crew behind the scenes for Chip Reese there to get that car back out and finish up this race. We love to see it. But it is Tap, and it's gonna, the day does belong to this driver in the Mercedes. So Team Mercedes gonna pick up some good points here today with the win from Tap, as he's just coming around the final few corners here. The hard left-hander, that's gonna draw him into the S's here coming up at the end. And then it's just 2 high-speed corners to the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen, and that's it. It's game over for our Pro-Am division this weekend here. So here we go. Tap coming around. One more corner to go for this driver. There it comes. And it is going to be a round 2 win at Barcelona here for Tap. Unofficially, officially. And there you go. You can see him swerve over. He's happy about that. Bull Snipe coming around here, and I don't know if these drivers had another lap in them in fuel. I think it could have been very interesting if they would have had to go around one more time. So Bull is going to take a 2nd place finish, bar 27. He's going to come around from Apex Racing, and he's going to secure a 3rd place finish. We got Mike Honcho coming around there, and I think he's going to finish up in 10th place, I believe it is. Bar 27 coming through the start-finish line now in 3rd. So Trone Colby made a good run of it, but he's just going to fall a little short here this weekend. He's going to park that BMW just outside the podium here in 4th place today, but still really good points for BMW again with that win in the Pro Lobby yesterday. So Trone Colby coming around with a very solid 4th place finish. We got Tagger 2X. He's had a great race here, and he is going to grab a 5th place finish here with Team Ferrari literally in his coattails here. So great job by Tagger. Big Stick coming in 6th. We're going to see Type R come around for Hyundai in 7th, and his Disturbance in 750 to the line. It may be a drag race here. Did he take enough fuel when he hit that splash and dash? And he does have to outrun this Mustang here. So here we go. Oh, a mistake there by Disturbance. It's a drag race. It's going to be a drag race. He gets the inside line here on 750. And 750 knows he's got the power over this car. He's just got to be right on him coming out of this corner. And here we go. Drag race time, chat. 8th and 9th place. Down to the wire. Down to the line. It's going to be... Ooh, that was close. And it's going to be 750 just edging out Disturbance. That was close, chat. That had to have been 2/3 thousandths of a second, that finish right there. So it is the Mustang just edging out Disturbance in that Porsche GT4. And you want to talk about a driver who deserves a much better race finish than he ended up with today. It is this Porsche GT4 driver. This guy raced his car to the limit and beyond today, and it just didn't quite work out for him. He looked fantastic out there in that Porsche. Really unfortunate there for Disturbance. Oh, we hate to see it. Mike's going to finish in a P10. Old Formula One's going to have a P11. Bandit's going to have a P12. Chip is going to have a P13. And, of course, Pappy finishing out with a P14. And very early exit here today in our race. Having some issues with that Aston Martin car. And had to park it in behind the wall for the day. So it is what it is. Great race, gents. I agree. Oof, great finish. Bar I coming in for that podium there in P3. So let's go wait for our podium, guys, shall we? All right. So if the drivers are able to make a podium interview, we'll just hang tight for them and wait for just a smidge here. Give them the opportunity to jump into the... ooh, hold on, I'm in the wrong chat. There we go. Helps if you go into the right chat, of course. All right, so we got one of our finishers here in the chat. So we'll just wait for the other guys to see if they're going to pop in. Alright, we've also got bar 27. We're going to get to bar 27 right away here because I know Obviously that bar is at work, so let's go talk to bar 27 here. Whoever's got the stream on in the background, can you please turn it down? Alright, so let's flip over the screens here, chat. There we go. Alright, so that was some great racing by the Pro-Am guys. I gotta say, ladies and gentlemen, they put on a great show, just like their teammates up in the Pro Division yesterday. So let's jump to racing. Apex Racing's bar 27. I know he's taking a little bit of time here to do an interview real quick, so we're going to try and keep it short and sweet for him as he's at work. So great racing yesterday, bar. And when you started the race and you were falling into the back of the pack, did you think you had a shot at the podium early on in the race?
I will say, in the beginning after qualifying, I definitely felt like I did, but then I don't know if you've seen it on stream, but I made a silly mistake and I was definitely doubting myself, but I just kept my head down and kept going, and eventually I caught up to the field and passed everyone.
Now, that Nissan Silvia, obviously it's not the fastest car in a straight line, but boy, that thing really does go around corners really well. And I mean, you and Disturbance in very, I guess, equally calibered cars in a sense, in the way that their styles are and the way that they're designed to be driven. It really provided some great battling between you and that Porsche GT4 driver today. Why don't you talk a little bit about that? How was that as you guys were fighting it around the track for a large part of the middle part of the race?
I will say I definitely enjoyed it. I want to congratulate Disturbance on an excellent battle. For him going off track, I don't know if that was an actual hit or him just going off, but I want to say sorry to him if that was any contact, but overall it was a pretty good battle.
Absolutely, and we actually caught that incident there on the stream, and it didn't actually look like you did touch him from our point of view. It looked like he just missed his braking point slightly and just went a little wide there. So, but we don't know. Obviously, we'll leave that up to our stewards and our staff behind the scenes to sort that out, if it needs sorting, that is, of course. But a really great race finish here. You found the podium in the first round. You found yourself back on the podium here in the second round. So you feeling good about how the start of the season is, and of course your car selection?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely feel good about the Silvio. I'm glad I chose it.
Absolutely. I don't want to.
I know the third and fourth round, there's a good chance I'm not gonna be able to show up those rounds because real life things took over.
Real life is real life, so sometimes we're gonna miss races. Sometimes we just can't be available to partake in our fun times, but that's all right. It's a 12-week season. It's a long season, so it'll sting a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna really take you down and out in the season. So far, you're showing really good pace, and the patience and the strategies have been working out really good for you here so far this season. So. I guess anything you want to add to the race today, and then follow it up with your shoutouts and thank yous.
I don't really have too much to say about the race, but I want to congratulate Tap for, I think, his second win in a row. I want to congratulate Bo Snipe with his second. And then some shout-outs. I want to shout out everyone who participated and all the pros, because I know they provided really good racing. I didn't watch the whole race, but I watched part of it, and it was pretty good. And then I want to shout out to all the fans that watched the race, and of course, shout out to both of our commentators for excellent commentary.
Absolutely, we do appreciate that, and Nolander will be back at it next weekend, ladies and gentlemen, of course. So, much love to Nolander. We love Nolander here at GT45 Gaming. So, he's an absolute legend. But great job again. Another podium finish for you. A good little stronghold on the early part of the standings, and obviously, if you're going to miss a couple of a couple of rounds, and that's a good thing to build up those early points. So locking in another podium for Team Apex here. I'm sure the boys back in the clubhouse are quite thrilled about that, and congratulations on a great race, and I'll let you get back to what you're doing.
Thank you, Ghost.
All right, cheers, brother. We appreciate you. That's Bar 27, all the way from hard-working there from where he's from, the United States, just stopping in for a few minutes to come talk to the fans. So we really do appreciate that. Let's move up into Mr. Bo Snipe in that Lexus. That Lexus looked absolutely quick around Barcelona here today, and some good points for the team. Manufacturer part of the series, but his teammate just not having the greatest of races yesterday, unfortunately for him, but definitely picking up the slack here in the Pro-Am division, and you looked really solid out there, coming in, sitting on pole position, led about half the race here, and then Tap just kind of took over. Were you just not quite able to keep up with Tap, or was it just a couple of mistakes, or was he just a better car out there today?
Yeah, I think I stuck to my strategy, how I planned to run the race, and I stuck with that. Unfortunately, after the pit stop, I was on pretty much a fuel save mode, full fuel save. So I was running the pace that was going to get me to the end. I think I think we were equal otherwise, but I think the Mercedes probably a little better on the fuel, so he could run, he could run as hard as he wanted to or needed to. So I think the strategy I had worked. It got me to the end, but it definitely wasn't up to the pace of the Mercedes and what Tap was able to do today.
Well, and we did notice, you guys broke free really, really early on from the rest of the pack at the race start, and the one thing we noticed very, very quickly was you and Tap didn't battle like you would expect to see for the lead very early on in the race. You guys just kind of settled in behind each other, and for the first 28 or 29 minutes, you guys just rolled and bum drafted and pushed each other away from the pack. Now, was that something that you guys were kind of thinking about before the race time started, or is that just something and that's just how it worked out?
No, I think that's just how it worked out, and I credit Tap with that. I think he, again, his pace was a bit better, but I think once he got to me, I think he realized my pace was good enough that we would just pull away, and it allowed him to just take it easy. I think for the most part, he was comfortable where he was. So there was no, we hadn't worked out anything or talked about anything. I mean, certainly if we had, I'm sure his qualifying would have went better. He would have, he had an issue with his qualifying, so he had to come from back to get himself there. But once he found his pace and got to me, I think he was pretty content to not abuse his car. And you saw how his fuel mileage worked out by being smart about what the pace was. So I credit him with that, with just allowing that pace to work for both of us.
Absolutely, and I mean, at the end of the day, he did manage to squeeze an extra 3 laps when you finally did decide to make your pit stop. He ran 3 extra laps before he finally came in and made the pit, which ultimately, I guess, at the end of the day, gives him a little bit of a tire advantage on you as well at the end of the race. But definitely sitting in behind and just playing nice and not forcing an issue, not forcing a battle, not costing either one of the two drivers time. Really benefited both of you, but at the end of the day, it benefited him just a little bit more. He was probably able just to save a little bit of extra fuel sitting in behind as you were doing all the work, but it definitely doesn't take away from your pace and the absolute great race you had today. The two of you guys by far making the least amount of mistakes on the racetrack here today, and it really paid big dividends with some great podium finishes. So we didn't see a whole lot of battling out of you two. You just broke free and you just kind of drove your race, and even with the pit stops, you guys didn't really have to contend with a whole lot. Your guys' battles were more with, I think, the lab traffic than it was actually with the racers itself today. So how was our blue flag traffic here today? Did they respond very well?
The guys that had the blue flag laps did very well. They ran their race, ran their line, and when they had a spot that was safe for everybody, they allowed the lead lap cars to go by. So kudos to them. Much props to them. They did a very good job at understanding the situation and did a good job at knowing where to pull aside and let the lead lap cars go without both of us, losing time. They did very well. I'm very proud of that. very proud of them for doing that as well as they did it.
Absolutely, and I mean, it just goes to show it doesn't matter what the skill level of our drivers are in this particular lobby, whether they're the more experienced guys kind of on the cusp of that next tier, or they're just coming in and learning. The understanding of the racetrack and what's going on the racetrack is always most important, and the one thing that these guys do have, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly that. They have great racing awareness on the racetrack, and I definitely agree with Bo Snipe here. I think they did a fantastic job as well here today. But anything you'd like to add to your race, of course, and followed by shoutouts and thank yous.
Sure. Well, first and foremost, I am happy to finally complete an entire race. Obviously, round one did not go well for me, even though I did all I could to make the best of it. So, very happy to make a complete race. Very fun. I want to shout out to my teammate, Doug Burrow, 13, for helping. He's worked with me quite a bit to help me with my driving style and driving technique, along with Razor and Bo Fushidara and Pigums. A lot of those pro guys are why I'm where I'm at in my skill level. Want to thank Tap for an exceptionally clean race. Super duper sportsman out of him. Enjoyed the battling. It was a lot of fun. I pushed as hard as I could, gave him all I could. Thank you to all the other competitors for their effort. Well done by my good friend Throne. Excellent finish for him. Thank you to the fans. Without y'all, we need y'all to be here to participate in this race with us. We enjoy your participation, and we try to put on a show for you. And a special thanks to the commentators, No Lander and GT45 for all they do. We enjoy and love the exposure you get us.
Hey, we appreciate you. And those are some great shout-outs, ladies and gentlemen. I got to tell you. And I mean, you know, we're really thrilled to finally see you actually get to sit down and finally enjoy a full competitive race with the group as well. We know it has been a battle for you over the last couple seasons just to stay on the racetrack and put in some good racing with these guys. And, well, it looks like we're on the way upward for you. So, fantastic news.
Yes, sir.
And you're looking really good out there on the track. So, let's go out there and have some fun moving forward for the rest of the season. I can't wait to hopefully talk to you soon.
I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And again, thank you for taking some extra time out of your day today to come and talk to us after the fact as well. We really do appreciate
My pleasure. Whatever you need, get it done.
Absolutely. Well, very well said from our second place finisher, Bo Snipe, ladies and gentlemen, and definitely an excited driver. This is a driver that's really been struggling with the game issues since the release of Gran Turismo 7, and coming out of sports is just having a hard time staying connected to lobbies, and a lot of hard work, a lot of patience from this guy. He went through a lot of adversity too, ladies and gentlemen, and he's here and he's competing and he's having some fun, and that's what it's all about. So we're really glad to see him finally on track and doing what he loves to do. So great finish from him, and we hope to see him back on that podium a few more times this season yet, but talking to Mr. Nolander Gaming instead. All right, let's move to that first place finisher, and this is repeat wins here for Tap now in that Mercedes. And my guy, you're looking awfully strong out there. Feeling good this season? Oh, we don't have Top in here. Oh, he was in here. He might have had to leave. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I mean, the guy had a great race. As Bo Snipe, of course, said, he was very clean. He was very efficient. He was very smart today. He didn't at all have it in his mind that he was going to battle for P1 early on in the race. He tucked himself right in behind Bo Snipe when he caught up to him, and they just worked together. They did a great job at opening up a big gap on the pack between the two of them, and really that just left the race for the win between the two of them at the end of the day. So by doing that and just staying patient, not forcing the issue, you know, giving plenty of space, braking plenty early to make sure there was no contact between the two drivers, no matter which one of them it was that was in front of the other one. Just the skill and the etiquette shown by those two drivers here on track today really is a large part of the combination of why they came out on top in first and second place. But Tap just a little bit more strategic and in the right place at the right time. You know, he tucked himself in behind that Lexus. He used that Lexus to punch the hole in the air. He sipped on some fuel. He saved some tires. He got a few extra laps out of that first tank of fuel, and that really did contribute to him to having just a great, solid final stint. And I'm sure if he really needed to, he had the fuel and the tire left are really full sended if he had to sit there and try and defend that position from bow snipe. But if this is what we're going to start seeing in the Pro-Am division, boy oh boy, we're going to be seeing some great battles on the top of the podiums. You can see these guys are really starting to settle into their cars now in the series. It's going to take, 3 or 4 weeks for these guys to really lock into their cars. And when we see all these drivers lock into these cars, we are going to see some pretty insane racing, and racing the way it's meant to be here when it comes to GT World Racing. It's designed to see all these different manufacturers on the track and see how they compare to each other and see how the drivers can make these cars go around the track, and at the end of the day, see which one of these cars comes out on top. So this is a really great series. I love it. I'm glad to be a part of it, and I'm definitely glad to have such great drivers on the racetrack putting on a show for us guys in the comms booth. Of course, myself, GT45, and Nolander Gaming. Every single week we look forward to it, and these guys never disappoint. So congratulations to every single driver on the racetrack, whether it was a good or bad day for them. They all were there and contributed to the amazing action we've seen on the racetrack today. And right down to our new guys just learning right now. They're still learning that pace and still figuring out that consistency. They did a absolute top tier job doing the right things today to allow those lead lap cars to get through efficiently and not cost anybody any time. So huge shout out all the way down through the field today. The racing awareness on track is very high skilled here in the Pro-Am lobby, just like it is in that Pro lobby, and that's going to make for a really fantastic season. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to shut this one down as I got to go jump in with our boy Nolander Gaming here. We got to get him all reconfigured up so he can be ready for his next gig later this evening, and we'll be back here in a short amount of time as well at GT45 Gaming for our next fire broadcast here as well, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you so much on behalf of the GTRC, the Gran Turismo racing community, ladies and gentlemen. It is sponsored by Apex Racing Team and of course GT45 Gaming, and all our graphics are supplied by Hypre Graphics. So much love out there to Hypre, Formula One team driver for Hypre as well, and that Jaguar represented here in this Pro-Am division as well. So much love to Team Hypre. We love what they do for us here at the GTRC and of course GT45 Gaming. And most importantly, thank you to you guys, gals, children, the fans, coming in, hanging out with us, watching, showing that love every single week. Can't do it without you. We appreciate you. We see you, and we love you. Stay winning, everybody. And most importantly, remember, folks, you all matter.
Yeah, thank you, Tim. Yeah, it's like you said. It's been a tough one, and